What's up, YouTubers and Roulette Calculators fam? I'm back with another session, and yes, it's my own session. I know, right? I've been bombarded with so many members of Roulette Calculators submitting their gameplay, and I've been narrating and chatting through that and absolutely love it. So keep those videos coming in. It's super helpful to myself and also all of the members within Roulette Calculators. Now, if you're not a member of Roulette Calculators, pause this video, look in the description and click on the link and set yourself up a free account on Roulette Calculators. It's a social network where myself and all of the members on there discuss roulette strategies, betting systems. We have dealer reviews, forums, videos, the whole works, okay? It's like Facebook, but you know, good. So it's not what did you eat for breakfast, it's actually good stuff. So with that said, as many of you know, we've got the price increase that is going up in 6 days, 3 hours, 38 minutes and 28 seconds. Now, a lot of people are out wondering why we've got the price increases. We're trying to keep the number of people that are using the calculators to a minimum because we don't want too many people using the calculators just in case the casinos like switch onto it and stop us somehow. I don't think it's possible, but just in case. So I want to keep the member base that are using the calculators to a minimum, so the prices are going up. This doesn't affect any people that have got a current subscription, okay? So if you've got a subscription on Roulette Calculators, it's not going to affect you whatsoever. And if you upgrade after the price increase, you'll be locked into that price. So when the price goes up again, you're not going to get charged any extra. So I just want to clear that. We're going to have a look at my gameplay session now, and let's get that going. Let's click on the table and see what happens. Now, I'm on Betsons. If you remember my first video when we was testing out this strategy using the dealer tracker, I was tracking 3 numbers, the last 3 results from the dealer, and I was betting on 15 numbers, I believe. It was a 15 number neighbor bet, and I was tracking the last 3 results. And with that was on 888. We took £10 up to £30, so it was very low stakes just to test this. Then I went onto a different casino, onto Betsons, and I just loaded that up with 30 euros. I took that to 64 euros 25, I believe it was. And that's where we're carrying on from, okay? So we're just jumping on the table. I was logging a table then, and I was following a comment that was made on the social network saying that they was tracking 5 numbers and they was covering 11 numbers on the neighbor's bet. So I was going to give that a try, but when I was tracking the table, obviously they kicked me off because I didn't do anything for 5 minutes. And also the numbers were quite scattered, so it wasn't really a dealer that had a signature. So I've jumped onto another table now, and this is called, I think it's called Blaze. Yeah, Blaze Live Roulette. And again, that's on Betsons. You can find the link if you go to Roulette Calculators and click online casinos. So we're jumping on this table. As I mentioned, we've got 64 euros 25. I'm just tracking the last 3 spins in the direction, and I'm just going to log those. Now you can see the numbers on the far left there of the screen. It's inverted on this one. Normally where you see it says 30, that's typically the last result, but in this case it's the opposite side to the right, and 11 was the last number. Confused the hell out of me while I was logging these. But anyway, so that's what we're going to do, and I'm looking at the table. Let me just pause it for 1 second. So you can see here they're quite scattered, so this is not what you want to see, okay? So I don't know, I might have jumped on as there was a dealer change, but this dealer did change quite well and made it quite good. But if you're wanting to be certain that a dealer's got a decent signature, I suggest that instead of tracking 3 spins, you should set that to 10 or 15. And you want to find a table. Basically, you can see like this sort of section here where you've got 7 or 8 numbers. You want to see like loads of the results in that particular area, so they're all grouping together nicely. And once you find a dealer like that, typically they've got a decent signature. And then drop down the recent spins to 3. So you're just going to be tracking the last 3. But I'm going to carry on with the video so you can see the exact gameplay and how we do in this particular scenario. And the actual calculator is sitting over my balance. I click in between the two so you can actually see the full table. So if you look at the table now, we've got number 3 and 15. They're close together. So I'd be looking at putting a neighbours bet in that area. Now we've got 20 and 1 and 14. So I'll put the neighbours on 20 if I was doing that. But we're still logging the table. And you can see 26, that's actually a double up. So it's landed on that area of the board twice. So that's a really good sign as well. So if I was going to put the neighbour's bet on, it would be on number 26, or I could move it across. So I'm covering number 20, which is right up there as well, and I'll just cover that big block. But it's entirely up to you how you do the gameplay there. And as you can see here, number 18 came in, so it was right in between those two numbers there. So that's looking good. So as you can see here, my balance is 64 €20, and I'll be putting the neighbours there to cover number 19 and 12. Now I've got to change it to 8 numbers, which is going to be giving me half the board. So it's going to be 8, 16, 17 numbers that I will be covering, 17 units. And as you can see, I put that straight on 0, the neighbour's bet there. And when we click back, you can see zeros right in between those two numbers there. So I'm covering that whole 0 section. And I'm just doing a 20 cents starting bet, because I'll be doing a progression. So if I miss, I'll put that to 40. If I miss, that goes to 80, and so on. As you can see here, it landed perfectly there on number 15, which is right there next to that double up, which was number 19. So that's just given me a nice €7.20 win. And now you can see on the table, you can see there, this would be the section, obviously around 17, which is what looks good there. And again, this racing track that you see is actually inverted as well. So some casinos, you just have to reverse it. As you can see on this, the 0 is just up there, and on the table over there, it's on the opposite side. So it's a bit of a pain in the ass. But you can see in number 36, 13, and 2, they're the last 3 results from this particular dealer. So I'm just covering that section right along here. And I feel like a weatherman, and it's pushing up towards 36 and 13. There's going to be a storm if it lands on the opposite side. So this is basically all we're doing on this strategy, and as you can see there, it landed on number 2 itself, which is right there, which is already a highlighted number, and that gives us another win of €7.20. So now you can see it's doubled up. We got number 6 right there, and number 8, which is again perfectly grouped together, and that's what we're looking for with this. Obviously, if they start scattering out, the dealer typically hasn't got a signature. And the reason, I'm going to pause it just to explain this, the reason we're only tracking the last 3 results is if the dealer suddenly changes their speed. You know, if they might have just remembered an argument that they had with their missus earlier, and they just get angry and start spinning the ball faster or spinning the wheel faster. That's another thing that comes into factor. If you've got 15 previous results and you've seen a nice hot area and you just bet on that, you've got to wait for those 15 results to basically refresh with new data before those results actually disappear from this graph. So because we're only using 3, basically you can miss once and twice, and then it will start building the graph up in the correct area again if they're remaining with a consistent spin that has changed. So I just wanted to throw that out there, because the worst thing in the world would be to log some information, find, wow, that area is really good, and then you bet there and then it misses, you bet there, it misses and misses and misses. Because if they've changed their spin tempo and you're betting on their previous spin pattern, you're going to lose every time. So it's really important that you pay attention to this. It's key. If they suddenly change their speed and it's changing where it's happening on the graph, and you're betting in the wrong section, you'll be in big trouble. So as you can see, this one's landed on 0. Okay, so it's right up there, and now you can see, if I pause it again, the graph is kind of telling me from number 7 around to 6. Now I'm covering 17 numbers, so I can actually cover all 3 of those with 1 bet. So from number 7 to number 6, all the way around that racetrack. So when we go up there, you're going to see here, if I pause it, we're covering from number 6 all the way around to number 7. You can see in the highlighted there. So I can cover the last 3 results in one neighbour's bet whilst covering 17 numbers. And again, that's all we're doing. We're trying to cover the most hot areas that this dealer is doing, and we're actually betting on real results. It's not like your favourite number or anything like that. We're actually betting on what that dealer has done on the last 3 results. Now, as I said before, it can, and I believe he does, he changes the speed that he is spinning the ball on a few instances here, and that can mess you up. So as you can see there, that one landed on number 17, which was perfect. It was right in between the group there. And that gave us a €14 win because we missed the first one, so I did a martingale. And instead of doing 20 cents per number, I doubled that to 40 cents per number. So here we're going on number 34. That's where I've put my neighbours. And if you have a look here, you can see 34 covers all along here. And that's exactly what we're trying to do. As long as these three results, or two that are very close together, are consistently next to each other, doing this strategy just destroys it. But if you find a dealer that isn't consistently doing this and they keep scattering, you shouldn't play with that dealer. You should just don't gamble. Just play the time, or put the time in, and actually find a dealer who is showing some sort of pattern or some consistency. So you get a lot of people that, and they like, I've used the calculators, but I just lost straight away. They're not taking the time to log the dealers. They're just going in blindly, and they think just because they've got the calculator that they're guaranteed to win, and that's not the case. The calculators, all they do is show you the dealer's results. It's not a golden bullet. You know, you're not going to guaranteed to win just by having the calculators. You still have to use your brain, and you still have to analyze that table. So again, here I've paused it. You can see my numbers that I covered from 8 to 15, so I put it right in the middle on number 34, and as you can see, number 6 came in, which was a €7.20 win, and that was right next to where I placed the bet on number 34, so number 6 came in. So as I said, these are tools. They're tools. You can't, it's not guaranteed that you're going to win. You have to analyze the table. So here I'm covering from number 10 all the way round. As you can see here, we're covering from 10, in fact I'm covering from 5 to 19. Okay, and as we go back to the other graph, the calculator, you can see my balance is €76.40, but I'm covering from number 5 all the way to 19, so I'm covering one either side of the extremities. So number 4, we're just covering up to 19 there, and again number 10, we're covering up to 5, so we're covering all of that section along there, and that's what we're doing in this situation. So in this case, it misses. As you can see, you can't win them all. But that one's missed. It's gone to number 18, okay, which isn't good. And you're going to see that reflects it now. Okay, so you can see number 7 and 0, they're close together, and 27 is just right over here, and it's like one of the odd ones out. So in this, I can't remember where I placed the bet, but you can see that that shot past a bit further. And in this case, I'm covering from number 6 to number 7. So I'm covering all the way around there, and I'm one away from that 27, number 27, so you can see I've covered from number 7 all the way around, and that's where I'm going now. And you can see I've increased the bet. I'm doing 40 cents per number. So I really want to show you step by step on this. I didn't remove the first dealer that I was tracking as well. People want to see how I log dealers and things like that. Now here's where it's important. You can see number 8 has just come in, right? Now remember when I said a dealer can change their spin, they can change how fast they spin. Now typically all of the results were close to this area here, up around 7 and 0, and the last one it just carried on and went all the way to 27. So what I'm guessing, what I'm presuming, is this dealer has now sped up his spin slightly, not a huge amount, but slightly. And you can see instead of it being over here, it's moved over here. This next result was number 8, which is a bit further up that way as well. So now you can see that this number here, 19 and 3, that's where his new spins are going. Now if I was covering 15 numbers, I wouldn't see that, but because I'm only covering the last 3 results, I can see that straight away after 2 spins. So you're not wasting much money betting on the wrong area. So now what I do, I just carry on as normal. I'm like, okay, number 19, number 3, they're close together. I carry on with the martingale, and I'm just smashing it on 0. But now I'm doing an 80 pence bet. So I started with 20 cents, sorry. Started with 20 cents per number, missed, 40 cents, missed, and now I'm doing 80. So I'm doubling up. And yeah, I mean, now I can see this is the hot area. It was over where that 10 is, but because he's changed the speed that he's spinning the ball or the speed that he's spinning the wheel, you can see it's shifted over to this area now. And if we have a look at the result here, you're going to see absolutely perfect. It landed on number 19 itself. And that's given us our 2880 win. So now we can see up the top there, number 33 has been hit at that area, and number 9 has been landed on twice, so that was the double up. So I'm putting the neighbours straight on 14. I've dropped the bet down to 20 cents again, and as you can see, number 14, that is right in between those two. I favoured 14 as opposed to number 20 because number 9 has been landed on twice. I just shifted it over that side just because you know, it makes more sense. So now you can see he's spinning it, and it looks like he's really given that ball a big spin. You can see it was spinning a lot faster than it typically has done. If you don't believe me, just go back a few seconds and you'll see when he launched that, he just gave it everything he could. And that went around a bit further to number 36, I believe it is. Yeah, 36. So you can see it's gone a lot further than it normally does. But it's still fairly close. It was similar to when it was over the other side and jumped here, but that's gone there. So if we have a look now, you're going to see 0 is still the double up, but he had that one spin there that shot past a bit too far. So in this case, I am sticking to 0, and I'm presuming that that last spin was just a freakishly hard one. He just remembered that he's got to get up early for work or something like that. So yeah, we put the neighbours on 0, and when we're talking about the hit rate, when say you're betting on red or black, you don't get as many wins doing that as you do with this system. So it is 100% apparent to me that a dealer, you can find dealers with signatures, and when you do that, it makes so much more sense to bet on their neighbours of where they're landing than where they're not. Okay, so here's the evidence again. Now remember, it landed up there, we had the double and the one next to it, it shot around and went to 36. Now I still bet on the 0, which was actually different, you know, it pushed it further. Again, now he's just spun, and look where it's landed. Number 16, which is right next to that 1, so it's shifted it over to that same area again. Now if I had 15 spins, I would be focusing on this section again, and I would be in huge trouble. So as you can see here, 16, once I input that there, now the area is shifted up there. This was where that 0 was, which was a double up. That's no good anymore. It's 29 up there. So number 18 and 7 was the last results. So I hope you see what I mean. I'm covering 3 results, which means if they change, if they change their speed, if they change their tempo, I'm not going to be betting in the wrong section continuously, which I have done in the past. I've been logging someone, they've hit the same area over and over and over, and I'm like, okay, brilliant, brilliant, I'm winning. Then suddenly I'm losing. And because we're using the dealer tracker and it's showing you the results, once they've changed their speed, if you don't pay attention, you will be betting in the wrong area every time, and you will consistently lose. It's not luck, you're betting in the wrong area. So the calculator's basically changed where it's putting the new data in. And have a look at that. That's gone to number 20, I think that's 28. Yeah, no, number 29. So that is right in between those two now. 18 and 7. It's landed right in the middle. So tell me that's not a pattern. Tell me that is not a dealer's signature. 19, 15, 32. Last 3 results that they've done in 3 numbers next to each other. That's a signature. So what do? I bet on that area. So I'm chucking it straight on number 15. In between those 3, that's where the neighbours is going. And that's where the bets are going. So he's chatting, he's saying stuff, he's saying thank you, and unfortunately it's a dealer change. As soon as you've got that proof, it's such a solid signature there, just bang. But you can see there I took it up to 89.80, and that was from 64. So I was only doing small stakes. I was doing 20 cents per number, and that's where I took it to. And it only took me 14 minutes, including logging the previous dealer. So that's what you need to look for, guys. I can't explain it any better than that. Dealers do change the speed that they spin the ball. They do change. It's just you have to be up there, and you need to not only be logging the dealers using the calculators and getting that information, but you need to be analyzing as well, because if that dealer changes what they're doing and you've got the old data, which isn't going to really count, you need to know. And if you don't, you could be betting in the wrong area. So I just want you to take that on. Anyway, that's the end of the video, so I hope you enjoyed it. If you did enjoy it and you enjoy me kind of guiding you through these things, please give the video a like. Also, subscribe to the channel if you're not already a subscriber, and drop those comments below. We love to hear from you. And as I mentioned earlier, if you're not a member of Roulette Calculators, look in the description, click that link and set yourself up a free account to be on the social network so you can chat to me and everyone else. And as I mentioned, I just want to let everyone know and give them all the opportunity that they can. The price of the calculators is going up, and it will be going up consistently after that, but not for the members that are already on a plan. Okay, it's only for new users, just to keep those numbers down. So with that, take care, and as always, bet smart.